Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to get right into the weekly general outlook for the sign of Aquarius. This is going to be from March 8th to the 15th. And before I get into it, just letting you all know I'm giving away another oracle deck, but this is an animal spirit deck from Kim Krantz, the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Deck and Guidebook. It's a really nice box set. You get obviously the deck and the book. Beautiful, and you'll be seeing me use this deck in the reading today if you're new to my channel. And all you have to do to be in the running to win it is be subscribed to my channel and just leave me a comment on any video letting me know that you're actually interested in being in the drawing so that I don't give it away to someone who could care less. All right, guys, but for right now, let's get right into it. We are going to pull out firstly your romance angel messages. All right, see what the angels have to say for you for next week, what their messages are for you. And then we're going to pull out your animal spirits and so forth and so on. All right, Aquarius, let's go ahead. I do most of my shuffling off camera. All right, guys, so we can get right into it. All right, Aquarius, we have straight out, pay attention to red flags. We have express your love. Nice. And we have let your friends help you. All right. It's nice. Nice, nice, nice. All right. All right, let's get into your animal spirits. Now, animal spirits really can come in a lot of ways, right? They can come in the form of individuals who are resonating with the spirit of that animal. They can come in as energies that, you might be able to tap into or that are emerging in you to draw on to help you through a particular situation. So just take it as it comes to you, Aquarius. If it doesn't apply to your situation or it doesn't resonate, then it simply is not for you. And that's fine too, right? This video can't possibly be for all Aquariuses out there. So, oops. Jumpy cards today. All right. All right, guys. Straight out, we have the gazelle. All right. Fire energy. Gazelle is definitely resonates with paying attention to red flags. We have the frog. Water energy, talking about purification and cleansing. And then we have the hyena. Wow, hyena is another fire elemental. It's an animal spirit that really doesn't come up a lot in my readings. Nevertheless, we're going to get right into it. So the gazelle. The gazelle is associated with fire, and this is one of the reasons why I love this deck so much, because each of the animal spirits have an alchemical symbol at the top of the card, which is going to tell you what element that animal resonates with. And here it is fire, and the gazelle is the embodiment of grace in motion, right? We all know that you talk about, someone who may run like a gazelle. It's not only are they fast, but they're beautiful, they're graceful and powerful. But the spirit animal gazelle, the spirit of the gazelle, is really mostly associated with being careful, being alert, being attentive, and watching out for dangers, right? So here we have paying attention to red flags, and of course, one of the things about interpreting animal spirits is that we really, the animal spirits are absolutely about the nature of that animal in the wild. And gazelles primarily are in the savannah, and they have a lot of predators that are after them. And so this is something that is inherent in the life of a gazelle, constantly having to watch out, and yet at the same time be moving, right? Moving forward, but also watching out for dangers. Now, the frog is associated with water, of course. And the frog is an interesting animal spirit because it is an earthy kind of animal spirit, right? It doesn't live entirely in the water, but it is really the great rainmaker. And it is associated with cleansing, the cleansing property of water. And so we're talking about cleansing your emotions, cleansing your life, getting rid of that toxic energy. A lot of times, The spirit of the frog can come in as events that help you to cleanse, or experiences that help you to cleanse. Can also a lot of times resonate with a personality or character trait of someone who is able to help others sort of get through that catharsis, get through that cleansing. The one thing though with the frog is that if you are resonating with this animal spirit, you have to be very careful to also take care of yourself and to rehydrate spiritually and emotionally yourself, as it were. The frog can take, as it's helping to cleanse, it can take on some of that negative energy, right? So if you are resonating with the frog within your own character and spirit, and you're helping others with their issues, then you will need to take time off to rejuvenate and to replenish your own well source, right? Now the hyena, it's a fire element animal spirit, just like the gazelle, but the hyena is, of course, you know, the spirit animal of wit and humor and sarcasm, right? The thing with the hyena, though, is that this wit and this sarcasm is oftentimes biting. It's quite sharp, quite severe, and oftentimes it's because the hyena is really hiding a sense of inadequacy, right? This is quite a specific type of spirit here that we're dealing with. Someone who feels inadequate, someone who has low self-esteem, but more specifically, that feeling of inadequacy, that feeling of just not being enough. And so the hyena will compensate by acting like the clown, or acting like the buffoon, or, you know, just being, you know, I want to say sarcastic and witty, but not in a way that, you know, really it makes everyone else laugh. People may laugh, you know, but it's that kind of weird laugh, like, oh, you know, it feels strange. It feels off, because you can tell that the person is hurting, right? If you've ever been around somebody like that, it can be quite difficult to be around that energy, because it is so, you know, the expression, their emotional expression is so at odds with the energy that's pouring off of them, right? And so it can be quite difficult, quite painful to watch. And of course, if you are resonating with that, or you know somebody who's resonating with that, then that is something that you need to work on, certainly, to learn to look within yourself, and to be able to draw on your own sort of sense of value, right? To, you know, to have confidence within yourself, right? Or to certainly put things in perspective, because we all don't always excel at everything, you know? And I think everybody at one point in their lives will feel inadequate, or feel like they're just not enough. It's a human trait, all right? So let's get right into it. We're gonna pull out your spreads, Aquarius. Going to pull out 3 spreads for your week. And these spreads are actually intended to be separate outlooks for separate Aquarius, right? So if you do resonate, it'll probably be with only one forecast, or a portion of one. And again, you know, just take it as it comes to you. All right, my lovely Aquarius. All right, guys, let's do this. We have straight out Lovers, 10 of Wands, and the Hermit. Ooh, wow. Well, some of you are coming into this week, and you're dealing with a union, right, with someone. Let me move this up just slightly. You are in a relationship, perhaps, with someone, in a connection with someone, a lover's connection with someone. And I'm going to say that there's a change coming, right? There's a change, or there's a shift in energy coming. And I say that because I'm looking ahead to the Hermit. Lover's card is all about finding harmony, right? 6 is the number for harmony. This is Major Arcana 6. And harmony in a relationship really is all about 2 halves of a whole. You know, the way puzzle pieces fit together, you know, the puzzle pieces don't look the same, or aren't at all the same shape, but when they come together, they create a whole. And so part of finding this harmony is understanding the nature of give and take, understanding that, you know, you may have qualities that your other person doesn't have, and vice versa. And in so understanding that, and in so, you know, exchanging that with each other. This is where you find the harmony. However, because you are two totally different people also at the same time, this can also sometimes lead to a dissonance, right? It can lead to arguments, and it can lead to not really being on the same page or understanding each other. And so that is where the work comes in, right? However, it feels to me like this relationship actually is coming to an end, or is coming to a space of transformation where the nature of the relationship is going to change. Because you come into this week and your experience this week, whatever events you're dealing with, communications you're dealing with, etc., probably to do with this Lover's card, can also be a specific event coming in with to do with your union, right, with this person. Causes you to have a 10 of Wands moment. And a 10 of Wands moment is when the oppression and the burden of that you've been carrying, I'm going to say probably burdens that you've been carrying from within this relationship, have just become too heavy. They've become too heavy. It is now finally time to lay them down. It's like, this is really the card of enough is enough, right? You may have carried them for quite some time, but now you simply cannot hold them anymore, and you realize it is definitely time to lay them down. Now, these 10 of Wands can represent all kinds of sort of, I want to say, forms of baggage, right? And so this can be burdens that you carry unnecessarily that aren't really for you to shoulder. They can be modes of behavior or ways of thinking that you've adopted as a result of trauma or as a result of negative experiences. You know, you then collect baggage. You know, the spirit of the hyena is a form of that. You know, is a form of that kind of energy. Nevertheless, 10 is completion, and you're now laying it down. You round your week off with a hermit, which is you walk away. You know, you walk away, and you not only do you walk away, but I'm going to say that you walk away in a sense of not with anger, not with sort of regret, but with a realization that it is time for you to look out for you. It's time for you to walk a path of self-realization, right? Now you may be entering now into a period where you are really working on yourself, your attitudes, your outlooks on life, you know, getting to know yourself. You know, the hermit is his own teacher. Sometimes the hermit can, of course, represent someone coming into your life as a teacher, but certainly here it represents a feeling of like sort of saying, look, you know what? It's time for me to really get to know who I am. You know, now that I've laid this burden down, right? And I believe, of course, that this will result in you sort of walking away from this lover's union, certainly, because it is hermit energy, right? All right, guys. Next spread, we have Two of Cups, Queen of Wands, Knight of Wands. All right, so another love sort of outlook. Two of Cups, of course, talks about coming together in a union that is extremely balanced, right? Very, very balanced, right? With the number 2, we talk about balance, right? And it's a nice union. It's a strong union. It's you know, it's that perfect sort of giving each other exactly what the other person needs in a very balanced way. And so you're thinking about this. You have this energy with you coming into the week. And you come into the week, you're met with a Queen of Wands energy. Now, this is quite interesting because I'm going to say that this may even be a new relationship, right? Or this may be a relationship where this week your person is really, I want to say that it could be you or your person, vice versa, right? That are really expressing a lot of love and support for the other person, right? Because Queen of Wands is someone who, first of all, the Queen is very strong, very wise, but she generally shows up when the road is rocky. She shows up at times in our lives. This energy will show up, you know, in terms of our own energy coming up when we have a difficult road ahead, or we're going through a difficult time in our lives, and we need to be strong, and we need to be able to learn from that difficult experience. The Queen of Wands is absolutely a master of learning about herself through sort of going through the fire, going through difficult times, so she's collected that wisdom, she's collected that experience, right? Very strong, and she can shoulder sort of, I want to say, the difficulties of a particular scenario or stage or time in your life. She can shoulder it. She's strong enough to sort of work through it without it destroying her, and with it actually causing her to ultimately transcend and burn brighter. By the end of the week, you resonate with a Knight of Wands, and this indicates, and I feel like this is the other person in this union, which is why it could be vice versa. You may be resonating with Queen of Wands, or your person may be resonating with Queen of Wands, and the other person is resonating with Knight of Wands, and the Knight is very enthusiastic and supportive. The Knight is, the Knight of Wands is one of these, is this energy of sort of saying, look, I got your back. I believe in you. They share their passion. They're able to share passions, right? So in a sense, they have a passion for your passion, right? So this will be very much a case of like, if the person resonating with the Queen of Wands is going through maybe a very difficult time at work or a difficult time with their family, the Knight of Wands is the one who's going to really be able to sort of say, I empathize with you. I feel what you're going through, and I support you. You know what I mean? And I believe in you, and I got your back, and I got your side. This is really... and of course, Knight of Wands can be interpreted, obviously, in different ways depending on the spread. But here, the Knight of Wands is really bringing that sort of cheerleader vibe. They're your best cheerleader. They're the ones who are going to sort of lift you up and sort of buoy you up, and also help you to keep your passion up. And so this is a very, very nice spread. And it is, although I'm going to say a spread for an Aquarius who is in a union with someone, and either you or your person is having a difficult week, and you are the one who is going to be right by their side, right? Or the other one is going to be right by their side. Last spread, Strength. 4 of Wands, 8 of Wands. Wow. So, Strength card is the 8 major arcana. And of course, the Strength card is all about understanding the need to have emotions, right? To not stamp on them or try to, damp them down or ignore them, but to not let them rule you, right? To not sort of act on them, right? Recklessly, right? In a knee-jerk reaction or automatically, right? And so it's this control over these emotions to a certain degree that what the Strength card is all about. 8 is also the number for boundaries in the tarot. And I always say this in my readings, that maintaining your strength goes hand in hand with maintaining your boundaries, enforcing your boundaries with individuals. And so you're coming into the week with this energy, and you are met with a 4 of Wands. Now, 4 of Wands is the 1111 card in the tarot that a lot of people talk about or have heard about. And it is really the card for a union that is extremely stable. It is generally, oftentimes, it can be a new union because it is Venus and Aries energy, right? So it's sort of, the goddess of love and beauty with Aries, who is, the child of the zodiac and goes out. He's youthful, he's new, he conquers new territory. In a lot of ways, this is symbolic of a type of relationship that from the very beginning, it may be a new relationship, but from the very beginning, it starts off with absolute stability, mutual respect, and love, right? So it's not like you come together and you have to work on all these issues. It's like you come together and, you come together in such a stable way, because 4 is also the number for stability. You come together in such a stable way so quickly from the outset that it really just sets this union up for a long-term, strong sort of soulmate or twin flame journey. However, by the end of the week, you do round off with an 8 of Wands. And this is quite interesting. All of a sudden, a lot of information comes into you, a lot of sort of I'm going to say Eight of Wands is really like chaotic energy, right? It's too much information. 8, again, right? Like I said before, it's the number for boundaries. But here we find the boundaries are constantly being overstepped, crossed. This can be, I'm going to tell you right now, Aquarius, I feel like this is very much a case of an Aquarius who is coming into a fairly new relationship, probably, or a relationship that certainly has resonated up to this Four of Wands. It doesn't always have to be new, but is as a result of that, is getting all of this sort of energy coming in with the Eight of Wands, with people sort of putting their 2 cents in. And I wouldn't be surprised if this is family or friends, right, who suddenly want to interfere into your life, your relationship, asking questions, giving opinions that they haven't been asked for. It's just very, very overwhelming. And again, just as I said before, in order to deal with this kind of energy, what do you have to do? Put your boundaries in place. Enforce those boundaries. Put people where they belong. Put them in their place to a certain degree, right? Only allowing that energy or that wand to come through to you that you want to come into you, right? Discerning between all of the different energies coming towards you, who you wish to be close, who you wish to actually listen to and discuss your personal business with, and who you don't, who you want to keep over that line, right? And it feels strongly for me, Aquarius, it does feel strongly like this may be a situation for some of you out there where you've gotten into a relationship that perhaps your family doesn't approve of, or your friends or your social circle doesn't approve of, and they're all kind of just coming in for you right now. And of course, you know, you deal with it the way you want to. But of course, you know, strength, you know, you gotta enforce that boundary, and you gotta maintain your strength, because Four of Wands is a very, very nice energy for a relationship, and you want to protect that. All right, Aquarius, this is a very beautiful outlook for this next week. All 3 outlooks have had something to do with relationships. Quite interesting. Express your love. Let your friends help you in some of these situations. But for right now, don't forget to let me know before I sign off if you're interested in the Wild Unknown Animals Spirit Deck and Guidebook. Again, all you have to do is be subscribed and leave me a message letting me know that you are indeed interested in the deck, and that's all you need to do. The winner will be announced by video on my channel on March 31st, so do please also put those bell notifications on so that towards the end of the month you can be ready to get that notification that the winner video is out. You will have to then contact me by email and let me know your details so that I can ship it out to you. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this reading, please like, subscribe, and share. All of that really helps my channel to grow. This is what I do for a living, so all of the support that I receive is very much appreciated. Have a wonderful week, and I shall see you next week for your general weekly outlook. Bye-bye now.